Good evening, how's it going? Today is Wednesday, happy hump day. So we have just only 2 days left to welcome the weekend. On the other hand, we had a national holiday as last Monday. That's why today, for me, just 2 days passed. I mean, it's kinda weird since only 2 days work, then we can have the weekend spending last 2 days. All right, today I want to talk about education system in the each country. Today, we talked about the education system in Japan and India during lunch break. My intern is from IIT, which university is really competitive uni. I know that, and I think it's really popular all over the world. To be honest, I really look up to her because I was I failed to enter the uni since I'm not good at studying. Let me describe something. Until middle school, I used to have a good score as for examination and studies. On the other hand, once I entered the prestigious high school, I realized I'm less than average. Then, what I accumulated, almost everything has gone in that time because I was so introverted. I'm not good at sports, music, and making friends. I didn't have good communication skill. That said, I could handle study. That was the only thing I could rely on. So that's why, even though I didn't have a friend, I could spend my time in the classroom. Without that, I couldn't. I I think I couldn't spend my middle school days appropriately, and so that's why I became shadowing during high school days. But somehow I was able to stand up and I entered my uni. It was not so famous, just average uni. However, that gave me the duration where I could stand again and find what I eager to do. That was my precious time and also good procedure which allowed me to move forward in the future my dream. Alright, without further ado, let's dive into today's topic what I truly want to say. IIT, she says IIT is a really competitive environment. Also, entering IIT and after entered IIT, the competitive duration lasts. I could not believe that because in Japan, once entered them, it's not so difficult to graduate. Don't get me wrong, the examination passing and submitting the graduate report were required, honestly. On the other hand, if you do make the effort normally, then it's not a big problem. But entering the top tier university, including University Tokyo, is really challenging. Even though nowadays the birth rate is declining. But what I wanted to say is there are two kinds of people who can who will where they will shine. Let me describe it. I think some of them strive in the competitive environment while others get overwhelmed. I am the person, I am the latter person. I prefer I can perform so much in relaxed and stress no non-stress environment, which introduced me the good idea and give me the chance to make the effort without any stress. Then I think I can dive into what I want to say, what I want to do, and what to do deeply, naturally, appropriately. On the other hand, if I expose to myself highly competitive environment, I would get overwhelmed easily, and this stressful environment makes me feel like hesitating to do a lot of things because there are a bunch of people who can handle these difficult tasks easily and naturally. I think it's appropriate for me to spend average of a less than average environment. Maybe if I feel I am more than average in that environment, then I feel I'm in the non-stress environment. I feel psychological safety. Then I feel like doing something new and inspiring and exciting. Probably this is my personality. And she also says that when it comes to joining the company, applying the company, the competitive situation still lasts. So I'd like to discuss it again tomorrow as well. I'd like to know her thought and feeling. That must give me the new inspiration, which lead to another idea, which must be fascinating. All right, thank you for listening. Bye.